Have you ever wondered how two souls, born as one, could teach the world the greatest lesson of selfless action? How can disciplined devotion transform ordinary lives into extraordinary spiritual journeys? Welcome to GitaSahasram. In a busy software company in modern Mumbai, two brothers worked side by side. Aniket, the elder twin, was known for his precision and dedication to his work. His younger twin, Arhan, possessed remarkable wisdom and could foresee project outcomes with uncanny accuracy. Both brothers were successful, yet they felt something was missing in their lives. One evening, after a particularly challenging project delivery, their grandmother Malti called them home. She was a devotee of Krishna and often shared stories from the scriptures. As the twins sat before her, exhausted from their corporate struggles, she began an ancient tale. Long ago, in the sacred land of Hastinpura, there lived twin brothers named Nakula and Sahadeva. Born to Queen Madri through the divine blessings of the Ashwini Kumaras, the celestial physician twins, they embodied the perfect balance of action and wisdom. The Ashwini Kumaras, divine healers who rode across the heavens at dawn, had blessed these earthly twins with extraordinary gifts. Nakula received mastery over horses and the beauty that could heal hearts. Sahadeva was granted the wisdom to see beyond time and the humility that could touch souls. Unlike their elder brothers who often sought recognition for their deeds, Nakula and Sahadeva chose the path of silent service. They performed their duties with complete dedication, never seeking praise or reward for their actions. When the great war of Kurukshetra approached, while others prepared with pride and anger, the twins prepared with prayer and surrender. They understood that their role was not just to fight, but to serve the divine will through their actions. Sahadeva, despite knowing the future through his divine gift, never used this knowledge for personal gain. He could see the outcome of the war, yet he performed his duty without attachment to victory or defeat. Nakula, blessed with unmatched beauty and skill, used these gifts not for vanity but for service. His care for horses was legendary, but more importantly, his humility in the face of praise was his greatest ornament. The twins lived the essence of Karma Yoga as taught in the Bhagavad Gita, performing their prescribed duties without attachment to results, offering all actions as service to the divine. During the 13 years of exile, when the Pandavas had to live in disguise, Nakula became Granthika, a keeper of horses in King Virata's court. Sahadeva became Tantripala, a cowherd who could predict auspicious signs. Even in exile and hardship, they never complained or felt bitter. Their service continued with the same devotion whether they were princes in a palace or servants in disguise. This was their practice of detached action. The greatest test of their Karma Yoga came during the war itself. As arrows flew and blood was shed, they fought not with hatred in their hearts, but with the understanding that they were instruments of cosmic justice. In the heat of battle, Nakula defeated many great warriors but felt no pride. Sahadeva, knowing the karmic consequences of each action, fought with tears in his eyes for those who would fall, yet never hesitated in his duty. Then came the divine moment of realization. As Krishna revealed his cosmic form to Arjuna, the twins too experienced a profound awakening. They understood that every action, when performed with devotion and detachment, becomes a form of worship. They realized that true strength comes not from the ego's desire to achieve, but from the soul's willingness to serve. Every moment became an opportunity to practice surrender to the divine will. After the war, When Yudhishthir ruled the kingdom, the twins continued their practice of karma yoga. They served without ego, led without arrogance, and lived as examples of how to work in the world while remaining connected to the divine. Their lives taught that the highest yoga is not found in caves or forests alone, but in the very midst of our daily duties when performed with love, detachment, and dedication to something greater than ourselves. When the time came for their final journey, the twins walked the path to heaven with the same humble devotion they had shown throughout their lives. Their bodies fell one by one, but their souls had already merged with the eternal. Grandmother Malti paused, looking at her two grandsons with knowing eyes. She could see they were beginning to understand something profound about their own journey. Aniket spoke first, his voice soft with realization. Grandmother, we have been working so hard for promotions, bonuses, and recognition. But Nakula and Sahadeva found peace in just doing their work as an offering to God. Arhan nodded slowly. We fight for results, they fought for righteousness. We serve our company for salary, they served their duty for the divine. The difference is in the attitude, not the action itself. Their grandmother smiled, her heart full of joy. Beta, when you transform your work into worship, your office becomes a temple, your colleagues become your service opportunities, and your challenges become chances to grow spiritually. The next morning, as Aniket sat at his desk, he offered his work to Krishna before beginning. Each line of code he wrote, he dedicated as service to the divine. His stress began to melt away as his work became a meditation. Arhan, known for his analytical skills, began to see his project planning as a form of karma yoga. He worked with the same dedication but without anxiety about outcomes, trusting that sincere effort aligned with dharma would yield the right results. When their projects succeeded, they felt grateful rather than proud. When challenges arose, they faced them with equanimity, seeing them as opportunities to practice patience and perseverance as forms of devotion. Their colleagues began to notice a change. The twins seemed calmer, more helpful, and somehow more effective. Their work quality improved, but more importantly, their presence became a source of peace for others around them. Months passed, and the brothers discovered the secret that Nakula and Sahadeva had mastered thousands of years ago, that true success comes not from achieving what we want, but from wanting what serves the highest good. They learned to see every difficult client as a teacher of patience, every deadline as a practice of focus, every team meeting as an opportunity to serve others' needs above their own ego. Their relationship as twins also deepened. Like Nakula and Sahadeva, they supported each other without competition, each celebrating the other's strengths while remaining humble about their own gifts. One evening, sitting together on their apartment balcony overlooking the city lights, Aniket said, "Brother, I finally understand what Krishna meant when he taught Arjuna about yoga in action. We don't have to renounce the world, we have to renounce attachment to results." Arhan smiled, pointing to the stars appearing in the twilight sky. "Look, brother. Just as Nakula and Sahadeva were blessed by the Ashwini Kumaras, who ride across the dawn sky, we too can be instruments of divine healing in our modern world." They realized that every act of selfless service, whether coding software to help people or analyzing data to solve problems, could be a form of devotion when done with the right consciousness. Their grandmother's words echoed in their hearts. Beta, the twins of Mahabharata teach us that the highest spiritual practice is not to escape our duties, but to transform them through love and surrender. As days turned to years, Aniket and Arhan became known not just for their professional success, but for their integrity, compassion, and the peace they brought to every situation. They had learned to live like Nakula and Sahadeva, as karma yogis in the modern world. They understood that Krishna's teaching in the Bhagavad Gita was not just for warriors on a battlefield, but for every soul seeking to find the divine in the midst of daily life through disciplined action and devoted service. The path of Nakula and Sahadeva shows us that we don't need to be extraordinary people to practice extraordinary spirituality. We need only to bring extraordinary love and dedication to our ordinary duties. In our modern world, where stress and competition dominate, the twins teach us that peace comes not from changing our circumstances, but from changing our consciousness while fulfilling our responsibilities. Whether we are software engineers or teachers, parents or students, doctors or drivers, we can all walk the path of Nakula and Sahadeva, the path of disciplined devotion and selfless action. The secret they discovered, and that we too can discover, is that when we offer our work to the divine and serve others without attachment to results, we transform our daily life into a continuous prayer and our workplace into a place of worship. Today, wherever you are, whatever work you do, remember the twin warriors who found God not by leaving the world, but by serving it with complete love and surrender. This is the timeless path of Karma Yoga. May we all learn to work like Nakula and Sahadeva, with skill in our hands, peace in our hearts, and devotion in our souls, making every action an offering to the divine. Hare Krishna.